Hi guys, it's Janet with Living Room Talks. I have Darryl Conway with me today. Darryl, please introduce yourself.
How you doing? Darryl Conway. My day job, Senior Associate Athletic Director, Chief Health and Welfare Officer at the University of Michigan. Also the chair of the EDAC, Ethnic Diversity Advisory Committee for the NATA.
So tell me about EDAC and your involvement and what are some of the goals you have for the next couple of years?
Like I said, I'm the chair, just took over from Keisha in June. So excited about the opportunity, excited about getting involved and getting people involved. I've been on EDAC previously, many moons ago. So, following in incredible footsteps from Keisha and other chairs that we've had that's really moved EDAC along from when I first got involved with the NATA. So I guess my biggest goals is this involvement and pushing the needle forward and making sure that we have ethnically diverse athletic trainers involved at all levels of the NATA. I think some of the biggest pieces is obviously in leadership and making sure that we are represented from a leadership capacity, and how do we get more ethnically diverse athletic trainers involved with leadership and in those leadership positions. And then really looking at a global response from ethnically diverse individuals and how can we move the needle from a standpoint of affecting healthcare, not just having ethnically diverse professionals, but having the right professionals with the right knowledge taking care of athletes and patients.
So in your opinion, what do you think are the biggest barriers to having ethnically diverse athletic trainers in leadership positions?
I think the biggest barriers are kind of a pale and stale attitude, and that, and just in general, human nature, we tend to choose our friends. If we have a committee, if we have something that we need to do, and you tell me, I need 5 people, bring 5 people with you, we're gonna choose our friends. And the problem is that when you have that kind of structure, ethnically diverse people aren't always included in that inner circle. So I think, we need to get to the point where we have ethnically diverse individuals in those leadership positions. So when we need to choose 5 people to be on a committee, we're choosing our 5 friends, which are ethnically diverse, hopefully. So I think that's the biggest barrier is, just the pale and stale culture that's existed in the NATA, and just the culture of how leaders are chosen. It's not always an elected position. It's generally up to the district director to choose individuals for various committees and various appointments. And they're obviously going to take care of their friends and take care of their students. So it's just naturally, that's where we are, and this really came to light for me a couple years ago when I was at a Hall of Fame dinner with somebody that was at the Hall, that was going into the Hall of Fame, and a former president, NATA president, was there and talking about this individual's path through the NATA. And that former president made the statement at the dinner that, I knew this person had potential, and I knew this person was going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, but I knew this person needed to be a chair of a committee to enhance their Hall of Fame resume. So I made sure that when there was a committee appointment or a chair appointment, that I got them to be the chair of the committee. And that hit, I'm like, wow, okay, so this is how it's working. And that really, kind of pushed my resolve forward to make sure that you know, we're at the table for those conversations, that we're being thought of at those conversations. And, you know, that's some of the things, creative things that have come in my mind of, you know, making, you know, kind of taking off of, you know, I'm an old head, and I used to watch or listen to Tom Joyner morning show every single morning. That was my show every single morning. And one of the things Tom Joyner morning show did was they partnered with McDonald's to have 365 Black. That, you know, every single morning on Tom Joyner morning show, they were celebrating Black history. It wasn't just for 28 days a year. It was for 365 days a year that they had a Black history fact, or honored an individual in Black History Month 365 days a year. And obviously that media presence is huge. So, you know, to me, we need to have 365 EDACT. And every single day on our social media channels, we need to be honoring our ethnically diverse athletic trainer. Because that's retweeted by the NATA, that's something that's going to get retweeted by the NATA. So individuals, the 40,000, 50,000 of the masses, see an ethnically diverse athletic trainer every single day. A speakers bureau. You know, I'm tired of hearing from districts when I question them as to why you had an entire conference but didn't have an ethnically diverse individual speak at that conference. Well, I don't know any ethnically diverse individuals that talk on concussions, or a subject matter expert on concussions, or a subject. So I'd like to put together a speakers bureau and present it to everybody that here are 20 subject matter experts on a topic that are ethnically diverse. Now what's your excuse? You know, you can't just say, well, I don't know somebody. I've given you these individuals. I've given them to the NATA, to every single district, to every single state organization, and kind of the same thing with the state leadership. You know, I've heard from many district directors and state presidents since taking over EDAC that, you know, when questioned, well, why is your leadership in that fashion, they say, well, you know, I put out a call and nobody that's ethnically diverse applies. Well, I'd like to get a list for every single state and every single district of ethnically diverse individuals who are interested in leadership, and give that to them. So now when there's a opening, it's not, we're putting out a call on a, you know, nondescript NATA website or state website or district website that you actually have to log into to see the opening, but now you're actively recruiting, just like every hospital does, just like every college does. You know, when your doctor's office wants to recruit somebody to their practice or has an opening at their practice, they just don't put out a posting on the AMA website. They go actively recruit a specific physician for that practice. That's what we need to do as committee chairs, and that's what we need to do in the NATA. But to make it easy for them, here's a list of 15 ethnically diverse individuals in District 9 that are interested in leadership and want to get involved. And here are their subject matter expertises, and here are the committees that they're interested in. So now there's no reason when there is an opening on the COPE committee and there are 15 people that have expressed interest in leadership and 9 of them have expressed interest in ethics or have a subject matter expertise in ethical behavior, that you don't at least call them and interview them for their interests and their passion in that area. And hopefully that helps to increase the leadership of ethnically diverse individuals.
I love it. So switching gears a little bit, do you think we're taking COVID seriously right now?
I think certain pockets of the country are. I think there's certain pockets of the country that COVID doesn't exist or COVID is over. But I think certain pockets, certain states, certain universities, certain different areas are taking it seriously and are trying to do everything from mandatory vaccine policies to mandatory masking to just not operating like it's over.
So you being head at a big D1 school, how would you explain your philosophy as a leader on work-life balance for your employees?
I'm never really I don't like the term work-life balance, because work-life balance indicates that it's 50-50. I like more work-life integration and making sure that you take time out for yourself, making sure you take time out for your family. I am a big person of we are a team, and nobody should ever miss a pertinent event for your family or for your parents or for yourself. That's why we've pushed to hire the number of athletic trainers that we have, and that you shouldn't miss those events. And there are going to be times in season where you're traveling and you get back off the road on a Sunday, and the team has Monday off, but you got an ACL and 2 other injuries that require MRIs. And you know what? You may not get time off that day, or a lot of time off that day, because you have to take care of your athletes. But there are also going to be times where there's really nothing going on, and that there is an off day, and that you have nothing but documentation or paperwork to do. So why not come in from 8 until 9:30 in the morning and hammer out whatever treatments you have to do from 8 until 9:30, and you get gone at 9:30, and you go sit out in the park, or you go sit on a boat, or you go sit at Starbucks, relaxing, and finish off an hour of paperwork versus being in the office and having that feeling of being in the office. So to me, it's more of an integration, and understanding that it's not going to be 50-50 every single day. There are going to be busy times, and there are going to be slow times, and making sure that during those slow times, you take time for yourself to do things for yourself, and making sure that you don't miss big life events, that, as a staff, as a team, together, that you realize that your coworker, their parents' 50th anniversary is going on. They need to go to it. That's not an event that you skip, and that you're going to cover for them. And it doesn't really matter if it's in season or out of season, but you're going to cover for them, because you know what, your parents, a big milestone anniversary or another milestone in your family may come up, and that you're going to need them to cover for you. So just really making sure we work as a team, and making sure we have that integration, and really pushing to make sure everybody understands that. I think the cell phone has ruined, or has made work-life balance a lot harder, because we are reachable 24/7. And I think having that boundary with people of what's urgent, what's emergent, what's important, and what can wait, and understanding that what's a phone call, what's a text message, what's an email. Because to me, a phone call is urgent or emergent. A text message may be important, but it's not urgent or emergent. And an email is, that can wait, because I'll get back to the email the next morning. But if you really just need to know yes, no, or really need to clue me in on something that's going on, then text me, and I'll see it, and then I'll make a decision of, do I need to reply right away, or is that something I can just text back, got you, let's talk in the morning. But if it's something that's urgent, then call me. And then even when it's urgent, I can then triage it as to, okay, thanks for the information. It's good to know, but that's not really urgent. And we'll handle it in the morning, or we'll handle it the next day. And I think it's important for people to really decompress and take time off, take time away, turn your work cell phone off, leave out of office emails. I think that's a big thing that we don't do, is we don't leave out of office emails enough when we are truly out of the office. And then also, we need to respect other people's out of office email, and really only bother them if it's urgent. And that's something I've learned, and that's something I try to do.
So the last question I have is always my favorite question. Tell me about an embarrassing moment you've had in athletic training, and what did you learn from it?
So I started my career with the New York Jets as a full-time assistant athletic trainer. And this was my first year, a November Sunday in November. We were playing at Indianapolis in the old Hoosier Dome at Indianapolis. And I was feeling crappy the entire day, the entire weekend, congested and everything. And it's late third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm standing on the sideline. The play was right in front of us at like the 25-yard line, and they called a timeout. And so, I go running out with my 2 water bottles, and I get about the numbers, and I trip and fall and just face plant on the turf. My water bottles rolled all the way into the end zone. So I quickly get up and go running into the end zone, grab the water bottles. Our entire team and sidelines laughing at me. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. This was, TV took a timeout. So it wasn't caught on TV, but lo and behold, Dick Enberg on NBC, when they came back from commercial, Jets were losing. We were having a horrible day. I think our quarterback had thrown like 3 interceptions or something. And so Dick Enberg on NBC is like, you think you're having a bad day, and replays the video that TV had captured, put on the telestrator, circled me tripping, and then put like a dotted line on the telestrator of my water bottle rolling all the way into the end zone. So that's probably the most embarrassing I've had. I will say, being positive and the silver lining to everything, we would give out team awards on Monday, the Monday after the game. When we had our team meeting, we would give out team awards, and I forgot what the name of the award was that they gave me, but I did get $100 gift card to a pretty good restaurant for that embarrassing moment.
I mean, that's pretty cool, actually.
It is, but it wasn't good because this is before social media. So thank God it didn't wind up on YouTube. It didn't wind up on Facebook or Twitter, and
didn't go viral
thousands of times. But all my family and friends saw it. Thank God it was before before text messages. But my family and friends saw it. They captured it on VCR and sent it to me and called me, and I got a ton of emails, a ton of phone calls on my answer machine back in my apartment when I got back. So it unfortunately, it was seen because they replayed it.
That's definitely top 3 stories I've had so far. So the next couple minutes is for you, Darryl, your final statement to everyone.
I think I think this is a transformational time for athletic trainers. I think COVID has done a lot of good for athletic trainers. It's made people realize the value of athletic trainers. And I think we just need to keep the foot on the pedal and keep pushing for that respect and that professionalism. I think from an EDAC perspective, it takes a village, and none of this is going to get accomplished just by the 11 people that are on the EDAC committee. We need everybody, and this is an all call for everybody to get involved. I'm not somebody that likes for people to say, I wish this was done, or I wish EDAC would do this, or I wish EDAC would do that, without you volunteering and saying, hey, I like that speakers bureau. I want to be involved. What can I do? How can I help organize? I want to organize a letter writing campaign. I want to organize a career day. I want to help with a leadership report to the NATA in the state. So I guess it's just my call to everybody to get involved and to be part of the solution, not just part of the problem. And really don't sit back and say, I wish EDAC would do this, I wish they would do that, but really be part of the solution and volunteering. And even if it's just 10 minutes a month, and that's all the time you have, look, I get it. Everybody's busy. Everybody's slammed right now. You got COVID, you got football season, you got physical exams, you got the beginning of school, you're trying to do your own thing, and have some work-life balance. But even if it's 10 minutes a month, to get involved and help edit things, help review things, help give ideas, I think that we can really move forward and really show the power that we have as ethnically diverse individuals in this profession, and really start to get people in leadership positions and making a difference.
Darryl, thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.